Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another episode of Nick Tan Chats, my magic and mostly mentalism review show. My name is Nick Tan, and today is a very special episode because today we'll be doing a quick review and a giveaway. Alright, a giveaway of Intuition by João Miranda, Alakazam Magic, and Mozique. So hey guys, welcome back to the channel. As always, before anything else, a quick shout out to all my subscribers out there. Thank you guys so much for subscribing to the channel, for watching my videos, for tuning in all the time. Your support really means a lot to me and it really helps me, continue to put out these videos for you guys on YouTube. And for those of you who are not yet subscribers to the channel, but if you have been coming here, alright, to check out my videos, if you enjoy watching my videos, you get value out of watching my videos, please subscribe to my channel, alright? Hit the subscribe button right now, the like button as well, the bell notification button as well, so that you'll be notified every single time I upload a new video on YouTube. Also, there's another reason for you to subscribe today, alright, because I'll be doing a giveaway of Intuition by João Miranda, alright, so you do need to be a subscriber to qualify for the giveaway. So before anything else, hit the subscribe button right now and stay tuned to the end of this video to find out the rest of the details about how you can participate in this very special giveaway. Also, I'd like to mention that today's episode and also the giveaway is sponsored by Cassidy. Alright, Cassidy is the founder of the Fundamentals. The Fundamentals is an online magic store. There's a Facebook group as well, so if you're interested to join the Facebook group, I will leave the link in the description box down below. So, electronics in mentalism, alright? Personally for me, if given a choice between electronics versus a low-tech method, all things considered, if both approaches give me a similar result, they produce similar effects, with some compromise in the conditions using the low-tech method, I would most definitely go with the low-tech method. Now that being said, I do use the occasional electronic device in my show. I've mentioned before in other videos that I do use Sixth Sense, alright, Hugo Shelley's Sixth Sense in my show. And I also get a lot of use out of the Pro Mystic multi-dimensional cube, which surprisingly to date I got like 12 years ago. So that's been a really long time and I've got really a lot of use out of it. However, the way I approach using electronics in my show is that even for Sixth Sense or multi-dimensional, they only form like one phase as part of a longer routine. I never actually depend on or wager the success of one full feature routine on an electronic method. So since just using the electronics for just like one phase, maybe just like, the first phase of a longer routine, if anything were to go wrong with the electronics, which it has on like one or two occasions, if anything fails, I still have the bulk of the routine using a low-tech approach. I still have that part to perform to at least bring the whole routine to a, successful close, and the audience will be none the wiser. So what is Intuition? Intuition is actually a high-range magnetic detection device inside a Sharpie. Now, if you think that sounded quite intelligent of me, it's not. I just read it right off the box. Right now, I do believe that this was released originally back in 2009 as the Cobra Sharpie, alright, invented by Mozique. So if you have the Cobra Sharpie, this is kind of like a re-release of that. So let's have a look at what you get inside the box. Okay, so inside this box over here, you will get another box. Okay, and also you will get the links to the instructional video as well. Alright, now the instructional videos are on a website. They are like separate videos, really short separate videos. In those videos, João Miranda will take you through what you receive exactly. He'll explain all the components, the parts that you receive. He'll take you through how to set up the Sharpie, how to charge the Sharpie as well, how to turn the device on and off. He'll give you storage tips as well, how to refill the ink as well, and he'll also give you some routine ideas that will get you immediately started using Intuition. Now, before we go further, I will tell you guys, alright, that there will be some need to procure some more props on your part if you do wish to perform the routines that João Miranda teaches on the videos. And also some arts and crafts will be required on your part as well, because you will have to implant the magnet that is provided into whatever prop that you'll be performing Intuition with. Speaking of the magnet implant, alright, Joe actually recommends that you only use the type of magnet that he provides you, okay, which is like an 8mm by 1mm thick magnet, a disc magnet. He kind of discourages you from using like, a larger magnet. According to him, that might give you a false reading with the device. So while our initial instinct is to use this kind of a device with like a PK coin or a PK ring, I'm not sure if you can do that like safely. You probably have to contact Joe and ask for his advice directly. So inside this box itself, you will get the unit, alright? So this is like a drawer box, okay? Inside you will get the Sharpie. Along with the Sharpie, inside here, underneath this compartment here, you will get a whole bunch of like stuff inside. Okay, now I'm not going to show you exactly what these things are because I think these designs, safe to say, I think they are, designed by Joe himself. So I don't think it's fair for me to show you exactly what they are because, I don't want to show you the designs of the gimmicks. But I will tell you that a tweezer, okay, a set of tweezers is provided for you. There is that disc magnet as well, which I told you about, and some other electronic components. You have like one battery pack, the main detection vibration unit itself. Now the battery pack and the detection device have to be connected together. There's a connection, kind of a socket and a cable where you have to just click them in together. It is recommended after you connect them not to remove them anymore, not to separate them anymore. You don't have to. And it's also quite fragile as well, I think at least, because it is quite thin circuitry and wiring, so you have to be really careful if you're going to separate them out. So those two parts have to be connected together. When you're going to charge the device, what you have to do is to connect another adapter, a charging adapter, to that unit using another small cable. Okay, so it's going to be a little bit fiddly here and there, some parts, but I suppose you'll get used to it, alright? So once that's in, connected to another adapter, there's another USB adapter to kind of attach to that. So now you have like kind of like a long snake while the unit is charging. But the main unit itself that is made up of the detection device and the battery pack, that part is just, I don't know, it's like 3 inches or so, alright, in length, and that is what fits inside this part of the Sharpie. Once it is installed in the Sharpie itself, the unit can be turned on and off without opening the whole Sharpie, okay? So there's a way to turn on the device and turn it off as well after you use it. Now, I think it's important to let you guys know about this point. Joe actually warns you in fact, not to keep the unit inside the Sharpie for more than 24 hours. So after every gig, you do need to kind of break open the Sharpie carefully, okay? And using the pair of tweezers, remove the unit out and store them separately from the Sharpie. The reason being, this Sharpie writes. You can have a spectator, use it to write on stuff, label envelopes and stuff like that. But the fumes from the Sharpie ink can actually damage the circuitry that is, part of intuition. Now, Joe has actually a way of sealing that ink compartment off using like hot glue. But even then, according to him, some fumes still escape from that. And so keeping the electronics exposed to those fumes for a prolonged time might damage the unit. Okay, so do bear in mind, after your gig, no matter how tired you are, after you get home, remember to open everything up, remove the electronics and store them separately from the Sharpie. I'm just kind of talking about things randomly as they come to me, alright? But it just occurred to me that if you do wish to change the ink, alright, in the Sharpie, after a while, if it does run out of ink, you do need some arts and crafts involved again, alright? Because there is some, slicing and cutting from a real Sharpie to replace the ink. And also, you will need a hot glue gun as well, okay, to seal up the ink compartment so that the fumes do not, seep out and affect your electronics. So most of you who are interested in using these kinds of devices would be interested to find out the range of detection. So I tried it out just now, just holding that small disc magnet in the palm of my hand. And just to give you an idea, if the disc magnet was in the hand, if I close it through the back of the hand, I just had to bring the Sharpie like probably this distance and I could already get a reading. Okay, so this was like just, I don't know, maybe 2 inches or so from the magnet itself, okay, through the back of the hand. Again, you might get a better distance using a bigger, stronger magnet, but Joe did mention not to use any other magnet except that small disc magnet that is provided. So I'm not sure if you can or cannot do that. Although Joe also mentions that the unit, the device, will detect the polarity of an object. Okay, so whether it's, heads or tails, I suppose, that's what it implies. So I'm in a little bit of a confusion here because he mentions that it can detect polarity, but he tells you not to use any other magnet except that small disc magnet. So you might have to contact him for more information. So that's all I have to say about intuition, alright? Those of you who want to use this kind of a product, you already know how it works, what it is, and what it does, and how to use it as well. What I'm going to talk to you about now is briefly run through the routines that João teaches on the videos. So the first routine I'm going to talk about is a routine called phone smash, alright? So in this routine, the spectator seals their mobile phone into one of 4 envelopes. Blocks of wood are then sealed into the other 3 remaining envelopes. The envelopes are mixed around, laid out onto the table. The performer then senses where the phone is and then using a hammer then proceeds to smash 3 of the envelopes. And of course, the spectator's phone is left in the last envelope unharmed. Hopefully. So just watching the performance, I think the method is quite self-explanatory, alright? As mentioned before, you will need to get other props, okay? You will need the envelopes, you will need the blocks of wood, you will need a hammer as well, and also you will need a willing participant. Well, the conditions that the method allows you is quite fair, alright? Everything can be done quite hands-off. They can seal their phone into any envelope, they can shuffle the envelopes and lay them out on the table in any order they like. All this can be done with your, with your head turned away. You don't have to see anything at all. I think, however, this is a good time to tell you about how João actually uses the product apparently hands-free. Because if you watch the performance, you'll notice that he's not holding the Sharpie. So João teaches you how to use the device covertly. There will be some clothing restrictions that are required for this particular method. My only thoughts about this is that, you've gone through all the trouble to make a gimmick look like an actual real thing, but then when it comes time to use the real thing, you actually use the real thing in a hidden kind of a fashion, alright? So that kind of struck me as a little bit of a kind of a point, but you can use it like that if you wanted to. The next routine is called needle stab. Okay, so in this routine, you bring out like a styrofoam bit with needles sticking out from the top. A balloon is blown up, popped on the needles itself to show that the needles are real and very sharp. Spectator is invited to hide the needles under one of like 5 cups. They can be mixed around, laid out onto the table in front. The performer then turns around and then again senses where the needles are. He then proceeds to smash his hand down on 4 of the cups, leaving, of course, his hand unharmed and the needles under the last and final cup. So again, this routine uses the device in a hidden kind of a way, alright? So the Sharpie is not really seen. And you will again need to gather all these relevant props, alright? The paper cups themselves, the styrofoam little ball, alright? The needles as well. And you will also need to do some arts and crafts to implant the magnet that is provided into the styrofoam piece. Again, if you do choose to perform this kind of a routine, please be careful. The next routine is a routine called chocolate finder. So some chocolate is introduced, some paper cups as well. The paper cups are numbered 1 to 5. So the spectator is invited to hide a piece of chocolate under one of the 5 cups, okay, while the performer's back is turned. The cups are laid out into a row onto the table, and then the performer then turns around and then kind of again senses where the chocolate piece is. And he eliminates 4 of the empty cups, leaving the chocolate under the last and final cup. So in this routine, similar effect to the previous 2 routines, alright, but the danger, to me, the danger does not come during the routine, but after the routine. João also mentions this, but I want to personally stress this to you as well. If you do perform this routine, please be careful with that chocolate piece that you perform with, because you have implanted a magnet into that chocolate. All it takes is just a bit of carelessness, for you to leave that piece of chocolate somewhere. Maybe it dropped out of your pocket at a party, it's left on the table somewhere, someone takes it out from your performance case. And it can be quite a serious thing for someone, a child maybe, to swallow a magnet. Okay, so please do be careful with this particular routine. There is a routine as well called envelope divination, alright? So in this routine, you give a spectator one particular envelope, okay? And then the spectator is invited to write down the name of a loved one on a piece of card. That card is sealed up into that particular envelope. Other blank cards are then introduced and sealed up into other envelopes. All of the envelopes are then mixed up by the spectator. You can then be blindfolded, and then you will kind of have the spectator hand you the envelopes one by one. Then you will kind of sense where the written information is. So in this routine, you will need to do some arts and crafts, all right, to implant or hide rather, implant is too big of a word for this, to hide that magnet into one of the envelopes. Now, it's not difficult, just some cutting and sticking and stuff like that. Now, the method is theoretically sound, all right. My only thing about it is, if you're going to be handling the envelopes already, as per how Joe shows in the performance video, it doesn't really matter if you're blindfolded, and you don't even need a high-tech electronic device to achieve this effect. Alright, because while holding the envelopes, I can already kind of press and feel the extra magnet in there. I don't need an electronic device to kind of sense that for me. And since you will be handing out one particular envelope for that piece of information anyway, that envelope can be marked in other ways as well. So yeah, maybe, if you wish to be blindfolded, then the mark cannot be a visual mark, but there are other tactile methods out there for such things. So yeah, it didn't feel to me like you needed an expensive electronic device to achieve this effect. One more routine I'm going to talk about is a routine called Instant Stooge. Okay, so a card is selected, the card is signed, it's shuffled back into the deck. The spectator is invited to cut the cards into 4 piles. And then now you hand the Sharpie to the spectator and you hold their hand over each of the packets one at a time. So as you can tell where this is going, this is going to be like an Instant Stooge effect, all right, where the spectator becomes the magician and they somehow find the selected card. To me, this is more of like a possible application of the prop. Audience management is obviously paramount in this particular routine if you do choose to perform it. Because this is an Instant Stooge effect where they don't just see, a hole cut out into a card box, all right? You are actually giving them information or knowledge that this marker is electronic. So I'm not sure if sacrificing that kind of knowledge to a spectator, all right, is worth that effect alone. Okay, it's just my opinion. Okay, I'm just not sure if I'm comfortable doing that. And the risk of having the spectator just suddenly blurt out, right at the start that, hey, the Sharpie is vibrating or something like that, that completely ruins everything. So yes, I know that people are going to, just shut me down by saying that, all you need is audience management. But I'm just telling you what can happen. So it's really up to you to decide if it's worth the risk for that particular effect of finding one playing card. So that's all I have to say about intuition. Now, listening to what I've just said in my head, alright, I do admit that it sounds like a negative kind of a review, but it's not my intent, okay? It's not my intent to bash this product, to give it a negative review. I just really want to list out certain points so that, you guys are aware of every single thing before you decide to purchase this. So if you love gadgets, okay, very clever electronic devices, and if you enjoy collecting methods, and having a lot of options for performing these sorts of effects, then yes, I can recommend Intuition to you. But if you already perform similar effects of this genre, I urge you, okay, to have a long, hard look at what this particular prop can offer you. And if it offers you a way of doing things that has a discernible advantage over the existing methods that you already use, then you can consider picking this up as well. Alright, but that being said, it's always nice to win free stuff. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about the giveaway that we'll be doing for this episode. So to participate in this giveaway, very simple, a couple of things that you need to do. Number 1, subscribe to my channel. So that's the first thing. You have to be a subscriber to my channel to qualify for this giveaway. So please just subscribe right now, get that out of the way immediately. Next, okay, head on over to Instagram, okay, and follow these 2 accounts, okay. The first account is Cassidy, okay, Cassidy's account. He's the founder, again, of Fundamentals, who has actually sponsored this particular unit of Intuition for this giveaway. And also follow the Fundamentals as well, okay. I will leave both of their IG handles in the description box down below. Last but not least, okay, in the comments section down below, so that I have a list of who is participating in this giveaway, I want you to comment and answer your answer to this question, okay? Why do you like magic or mentalism? Okay, so that's all you have to answer. Why do you like it? Why do you perform it? Why do you enjoy it? What is it about it that you love so much? So type your answers into the comment section down below. The draw for this particular giveaway will be done on the 18th of November. Singapore time, okay? 18th of November, Singapore time. Cassidy and myself, we will look through all the entries, okay, in the comment section down below, and we will pick a winner on the 18th of November. Okay, so if you want to find out who has won, all you have to do is to come back on the 18th and look at the pinned comment at the top. So come back on the 18th and find out if you are the lucky person who has won for yourself this copy of Intuition. Before I go, I want to tell you guys something exciting that is coming up in December. Alright, so next month in December, the Fundamentals and myself, we are intending to do multiple giveaways. Okay, multiple giveaways of some of the best items in Magic and Mentalism of 2021. We might do about 5 or 6 of these items in succession, okay? It's going to be a crazy giveaway, okay? Like a Christmas crazy kind of a giveaway, one after the other, over a span of like 5 or 6 days. And I'm talking about really incredible products, okay? That you might win products from like Henry Harriers. Okay, you might win a copy of one of the best Magic apps to have been released in the past decade. Okay, stuff like that. Okay, so if you don't want to miss out on that particular giveaway that is coming up next month, please subscribe to the channel as well and hit the bell notification button as well so that you'll be notified the moment I announce this special Christmas giveaway. So as always guys, thank you so much for watching today's episode. If you're not here for the giveaway itself, you know, at the very least, I do hope that I've given you more information about what intuition is, and then you can decide for yourself if it is something that you want to pick up. So I wish you guys the best of luck in this particular giveaway. Okay, so take care of yourselves, have fun with your magic, and again, till next time, I will see you again on a future episode of Nique Chats.